Hey guys, welcome back to Thread and Glue Designs. Today I thought that we would place some in our art journal book that we've made from an authored book. And I just have a few things out here. And we're going to start with collaging. So let's just cut this out real quick. Collaging is, you can tear, you can cut, whatever you want to do. I'm just cutting this to get rid of all the white space, and then I'll tear. I'm not even being really precise straight about it, so whatever floats your boat, you know? This is just an old prescription. It's from an Etsy shop that had several letters and prescriptions and things for sale that were just digis. So yeah. Okay, let's try. Tear it there. We'll put that up here in this corner. I think that'll be good. And I am going to use matte medium as my glue today. Let me grab it. And it'd help if I grabbed a brush, I think. Alright. There we go. Alright, got some on there. Got a lot on there. But the one thing with matte medium is that if you don't use enough, your pages will buckle. And so you definitely want to make sure you have plenty on there. And I got way too much out. I got enough for the whole page, but who knows? Maybe I need that much. Okay, let's put our little piece on here. And then we want to kind of brush over it. Kind of help seal it in. Matte medium makes a great glue for collaging. Oh, we've got this other piece. Let's put it over here. So get some more of that matte medium out. I hope you guys are having a good start to your week. I know it's kind of early in it to say you've had too good a start, but everything starts somewhere, right? Okay, we got that. Let's throw some more good stuff on there. Set that aside. We've got this that came from that same kit. And I'm just going to start tearing it in pieces. I think I'd like it up over here some, so we'll have to move this back a little bit so we can get to it. That's okay. Matte medium can come in a couple of different ways. It'll come in a gel and it'll come in a liquid. So it's your own preference what you want to use. I'm using a gel. It's just what I happen to pick up at the store, that's all. Not a preference. Okay. My little clip's gonna get in my way here, isn't it? There we go. Now we can paint back over it. I love using a paintbrush. Feels like you're really doing something, you know? Alright, we'll see more of this. I like the text and stuff on this. Let's just put this right in here, shall we? I need a little bit more of that. I want to seal that in there really good. This down here. It's still pretty wet, so I think we're okay there just to stick it on there. Put a little more on top of it. I just recorded the beginning of our next Bible reading, and it is starting the book of 1 Corinthians. Y'all, it has so many truths in it. So much knowledge and wisdom we should be learning from it. It's amazing. So I hope you guys will give that a listen, a try. I don't know if I really want that side because it doesn't really have any writing in it. Let's see. We'll put this one down here. I'm going to let it hang over some. I don't really care if it's hanging over. I can cut that off later. But I want that writing to be able to poke through. I've been watching a lot of Karen Campbell mixed media and Karen Campbell draws. And she is so much fun to watch. She has so much electric energy. It's just amazing. And she's really good at what she does. I've really been enjoying it. She's more of a whimsical kind of artist. And I really like that. I like the freedom that seems to feel like it has. So hopefully, if you guys get a chance, you'll check her out. She has written several books, and all of them are on mixed media and drawing. And they're all very whimsical. So hopefully, you guys will find some goodness in her channel, like I do. I am really enjoying it. Well, we got to cut this thing a little bit, because I want it up in that corner. It needs to be really a little bit more straight in that corner. There we go. Now we're talking. Okay. I've got some extra spots over here, so we'll put a little bit in it. I'm not real worried about if it fully covers because I have that paper behind it that is giving it a lot of color and stuff to it. Need a little more juice there. Okay. Got another spot here. Let's put something there. We gotta put something. Let me cut this off because it'll be a more straight edge this way. For that corner. Okay, we're gonna stick it right up in here. There we go. Or medium. This matte medium that I'm using is just a really cheap one. I got it from Joann's, I think, and it was like $3 and some change, something like that. Very inexpensive. So it's a cheap way of gluing stuff. This is the Daler Rowney brand, Simply Acrylics. Okay, now we need to dry it. So let me close that up and put that in the water. Get this out. So we're going to dry this. It'll take me just a minute, and I'll be back talking with you. Use the heat gun. Okay, we've got most of that dry. Now we are going to use a little gesso, some white gesso. This one is Dina Wakley Media White Gesso Artist Quality Primer. I do have a video on how to make your own gesso. Mine is, I like a little bit thicker than this. This is a little thin. But to each his own. You can make it as thin or as thick as you want it. So I'm just going to spread this around. And I'm not quite liking how this spatula is doing it. So I'm going to get my little credit card thing out. There we go. Much better, much better. I like the application better this way. I don't want to cover up everything because it is white gesso, so it does have some opacity to it. But I do want to cover a lot of it because we're making a collage, right, guys? A collage. So we need to be able to put stuff on top of it easy. My card won't fit in my little bucket, so I'm just kind of shushing it out. I don't want any clumps in that crease, so I'm just making sure there's nothing down up in there. And I'm trying to leave some of these numbers and dates on here just because I really like them. Don't want a lot of big clumps. I want to try to keep it knocked down. Gesso can get away from you and be really thick in places, so you want to be careful with that. Unless you want that look, then that, by all means, do you. But I do not want that look right now, so I'm working on it. Okay. I'm fixing to dry this again, and we will be ready for our next step. So I'll be right back with you in just a second. Okay. That is mostly dry, so I'm going to take some of the Liquitex basic colors I got in this little kit, and we're going to mix some colors and put it around on our page, and just play. Just play, y'all. Just play. If I can get this thing cut open on this one. Whoop! About to lose them. Okay, I don't want the pink to be all this vibrant. I don't mind a little bit of it here and there, but I do want some of the paler pink in there too. So we're going to mix some of the magenta with some of the white and see what we come up with. This is one of the palette papers that I got from the Dollar Tree. It's actually really good. It has a slick surface to it, so it doesn't absorb your paint, and it goes ahead and mixes really well on it. So if you are at your Dollar Tree, you might want to pick one up. They're pretty handy. We're just making a good mess on purpose. Everybody likes to do that, right? Make a good mess on purpose. I know I always have. And I get it honest because my mom makes messes all the time. I came home one day when my oldest daughter was little. She was still a toddler. And actually, she wasn't quite a toddler still. She was probably more about 4 or 5. Anyway, I digress. I came home from work, and my mom was in the kitchen making stuff. And I looked for my daughter, and I didn't see her. But then I looked down on the floor in the kitchen, and there she was. My mom had given her, you won't believe what she did. She gave her an entire bag of flour, a bowl, and some spoons, and some measuring cups. And that child was covered from head to toe in flour. And I gasped, and my mom said, "Go in the other room." She said, "We got this." I could not believe she gave that child an entire bag of flour. But she did. It was crazy. I was just dumbfounded, but they worked it out and they cleaned up their mess all over the kitchen. Oh, my mom has always loved being a grandmother. She has been one to really kind of just go over things. And I like this green here, but I think I may want a little lighter green because our colors are kind of light. But our girl that we're going to put on there has some dark colors, so I'll just use the dark. I'll just try the dark. If I don't like it, we can cover it up, right? Sure. We can cover it up. Oh, it kind of looks like gross, don't it? Ew. I don't know. It's kind of nice change from the light stuff to this darker stuff. Maybe I do like it after all. Let's try it. I think we're getting too many other colors though, and we need to stick more with our pink theme. So maybe I'll dry it because it's starting to mix together, and then we'll add some more to color it down. So hang on. Okay, we're mostly dry, so we could put something else on here now. I'm going to get a paintbrush and use it instead of the card for a little bit and see what I think about that. And move our grill before I slosh water all over. Okay, so we know that we want to stick with closer to the pinks and the whites. So I'm going to put some white around on our page because we've gotten a little bit away from what we were trying to do. Maybe we'll clean it up some this way. Yeah, knock back some of that bright color. Not all of it, just some of it. It wasn't quite dry on this side as much, was it? It's alright, it changed the color for me. I like that. I like that little light green there that it made. But I gotta be careful because I'll mix it all up and I won't have nothing left. Okay. Now we need to dry this and then we can work on it from there. So let's dry real quick. Shouldn't take very long. I'm going to get some purple out and add to it because her clothes have some purple in them. Her eyes are pretty blue. I think I'm going to stick away from the blue though because we're clashing a little too much. I might have glued all my pages together with my stuff. I think I did. Oh well. Maybe they need to be together, right? Right. They probably just need to be together. There we go. Okay. So, we're going to get some purple. Let me grab that. This is dioxazine purple. This set's pretty good, but I knew Liquitex Basics were pretty good. I just needed a wider variety of colors, and I didn't use as much as I needed for the big ones. I thought I was getting bigger ones when I got this kit, but I wasn't. So, yeah, there's that. I like that little brushy stroke mark look, so I'm trying to do that just grazing really lightly. It's almost like a dry brush, kind of. You know, my paint's not really on there very good. It's just kind of grazing around it. I like that. And I'm picking up a couple of little colors that weren't dry, and that's okay. That's just fine. I know you're probably like, man, she's making a mess. Yup, that's what I do best. Make a mess. We need to get out our stencils or some kind of little thing to make marks with. I think I got this thing. Yeah, I'll make a mark with this. See what it does. Yeah, I like that. Big circle. Yeah, that's good. Okay, I'm going to wipe that off so I'm not leaving it to dry on there. You didn't know acrylic paint actually is a plastic. It turns into a plastic when it dries. That's why you can peel it off in little sheets, because it's a plastic. Okay, let's get a little bit of, let's do yellow. No. Okay, we're going to do the hot pink. I'm just going to get some on my finger, and I'm just going to dot in threes. There is a rule of threes that basically everything looks better in threes. And it does. It really does. It's kind of strange that way, but it does. If you ever finger painted as a kid, you'll know this is a lot of fun. And you have to control yourself, because if you don't, everything will be painted with your fingers all over again. It is for me anyway. I'm just making little circular motions with my finger. Yeah. I don't like these over here. They kind of don't look really round. Oh well, they'll be okay. So that's the pink. I am getting paint all over me. Okay. Let's dry that. Got a little bit of a lot of paint right there. Okay, let's put some white spots. I'm going to try one of these brushes I got at the Dollar Tree, because the ends of them, I noticed, are open. They're not closed, so they make a perfect little circle spot. There's some kind of little piece of metal right there I'm trying to get out. I don't know why it's there. Oh, I think it's the fold of the metal inside. Okay, we can't take that out. Let's get some of the white. Put it out there. You don't need much. We're going to dip the end of this into it and dot it around. Kind of like it in the middle of those other ones. It kind of gives it something to look at more. Except for that, when you do that. Too much on one side. I do like the little opposite shapes in there. Kind of the same, but, you know, holy. I don't know if that makes sense. Got me some holy paint. Sorry, I had to, guys. Okay. Let's put a little dot here or there. Just for fun. Why not? Just fun. Okay. I like that okay. I'm not mad at it. Okay. Now, we need to seriously dry all of it and see where we're at. So I'll be right back with you in just a second. Okay. Alright guys, we have two girls to choose from. We have this one, which would look pretty good, I think. I really would like her to be in the middle, but I know the fold is there, so it'd be creased right down her face. I don't know. We'll see. Here's our other one. Is not in color. She's just in pencil. So we could cut her out. I think we're going to go with her, because she's already cut out and she's got some good colors going on. And I really do want her in the middle. What if I just fold her in half? Will it mess her up? I don't know. We'll see. I fold her in half. We can put her in there. I like it. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. We need a little bit stronger glue this time. So I'm going to use this Barely Art glue. And glue all over the back of this baby. If you didn't read my comments about this little girl, she is actually a drawing that I made watching Karen Campbell's channel. I just took some of the ideas that Karen was giving and went with it. And this is what came out. I have drawn quite a bit in my time, but I have not ever been any good at portraits or people. Animals are kind of sketchy for me. I can do some animals, but animals are a lot better for me than the people. But I haven't drawn in several years anything. I hit like this art block and I just couldn't do anything. And so after my stuff had sat there for like a year and a half, I gave it all to my youngest daughter. And I just gave up on art. And now I am trying to... got glue everywhere. I'm trying to get a little bit back into it. And I'm wishing I had some of my stuff. So now I'm having to buy new stuff because I gave it all away. Isn't that funny? That's how we do, isn't it? I'm pushing it up in there and then I'm rolling it over. And she's going to be our center focal piece. These little curly Q things, I did not cut them out real thin or anything. You'll notice because, well, I didn't think I'd be able to do it right without cutting them off. So I just kept them with a little bit of white paper around them. It's not hurting anything. I am going to order a watercolor sketchbook, a real big one, so that I can start doing these collages and stuff in there and using water-soluble materials. I did this one with colored pencils, and I've never been very good at colored pencils either, so I've really been trying some new stuff. Trying to get out of my comfort zone some. But, yeah, that's how she and the other girl have come about. It's just because of that. Okay, now that we've got her on there, what do you think? Do we need a quote of some kind, I think. What kind of quote can we put on there? I know we can add some glitter. And one of the quotes that I saw her use was, life won't sparkle unless you do. I like that. So let me get some glitter. We'll put that on there first, and then we'll do our quote. Let's see. I think silver glitter would be pretty on there. And I don't think I'm going to put it all around. I think I'm just going to put it like in her hair and her lips and her shirt, maybe. I think that would be kind of fun. Let me find a small brush I can work with. Here we go. Okay, let's get this where I can get to the canvas there. This is just a Folk Art Extreme Glitter Silver by Plaid. Nothing spectacular or special. I'm going to wet the end of this brush. It's kind of stiff. I use it for doing all kind of stuff that I'm not supposed to. I'm sure nobody ever does that that watches me. I'm sure. This may smear the colored pencil some, but I'm okay with that. I'm just working on the glitter. I want some glitter sparkling. Yeah, it's going to be pretty once it dries. This dries clear, but has the glitter left behind. So it's really kind of nice to have handy. It's a lot easier and less mess than it is if you are actually using glitter and glue. Glitter and glue takes a lot of work to keep it from being too big a mess. I still like it though. Glitter is my favorite color because it has every color under the sun in it. The other next favorite color for me would be black. I love black everything. She's going to be so glitzy. Oh, I love glitter. Woohoo! It's going to be fun. Let's put it in her bun. I'm doing the strokes based on the way the strokes of the hair would be going, just in case for some reason it tries to smear it out. It'll still have the smears and stuff in the direction of the hair. Just my thought on it. All right, let's put these little tendrils in. And it's getting the whole paper, not just the tendril, and that's okay. You know what I'm doing. Let's do these lips. And her shirt. I might cut a lot of that shirt off, so it's not really going to matter, but because she's a little bit big for our page. But she'll be just, that's why I wanted the bigger watercolor page, because then I could do the actual drawings and stuff in that book, and I wouldn't have any problems. Okay. Well, now we need to do our quote. And let's see, I have a white marker I got from the Dollar Tree. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but sure, we can try it. Let's put, it's not really showing up very good, is it? Maybe I should do a black first. Do I have a black marker? Come on, come on. Let's see which one of these might work. Oh, it's still kind of wet feeling. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to dry that some more. Okay, guys, give me just a second and we'll dry that. Okay, let's see how this works. It feels pretty dry. I may have to use black paint. I was hoping not to, though. Because I like the control you get with a pen. I'm going to order a Stabilo all pencil and a, oh, there's a pen she told us about on there that works really good. It is a Pitt brush pen, I think. I've got it saved in my Amazon stuff so I could order it. It's still not really writing very good on there. This isn't. I'm getting it though. We're making it work. Try to leave a little bitty space between the two letters so it just kind of differentiates between them. I'm hoping to go back with a color in there, like a white or something, to kind of help there. Ah, this is driving me crazy. I need something to work. L-I F-E I don't know if I could write with paint. I've never done it. I'm sticking to the glittery stuff. I really want it to write with a pen. What to do, what to do. Try this one. This one does better. Life won't. Picking up some of the paint there though. Sparkle, we gotta do sparkle. Life won't sparkle. My handwriting is not nearly as pretty as it should be for this, but it will have to work. Got a little dip there where the page kind of bunches up a little bit. And let's put unless over here. Just kind of fill it in. Do this one just the outside edges and not fully fill in. Just try to do some things a little different. Don't know if that's going to stand out enough, but we're going to give it a shot. I don't mind the scratchy look. I kind of like it, so I'm going to leave that. Sorry if you hear the dogs in the background. That's my daughter's dog, Daisy, and she has my honey bun barking at everything. My oldest daughter has come back home, so kind of getting used to that. Life's been crazy around here, but It inevitably has to get back to normal, right? Oh dear, there they go. You'd think somebody was here, but no. Nope, it's just them. I swear they bark at the wind. Okay, there's our U. Gonna fill this one in all the way. You know what, it'll let me. I need to get some Posca pens. I bet Posca pens would work really good for this. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back over this with black paint, I think. Yeah, black paint, and then I think we'll do a color or something as a small line inside. Sounds good. Okay. Boy, I got that glitter on everything. My book will be glittery, that's for sure. Okay, let's get our black paint and see if I got a smaller brush. Might do a little better. Oh, that ain't real fine. I need to order some real fine ones because I think I gave all them away. You know, we may use these two. If I can get this one to work, it's kind of hard as a brick. That may be good for us, though. Okay, black paint. I'm going to put it up here because I don't want to get everything in it. Let's see. I think I'll try this one first because it's so stiff it might actually be good for it. I think you can still see, can't you? Yeah. So let's go back over our L. And you want to do smooth strokes with a paintbrush. You don't want to do those jaggedy ones. being really stiff is really helping out. It's making a big difference. So maybe don't throw your stiff brush away if you have one. Excuse me. Pardon me. Okay. Not too much paint on there, it'll glop up. Just follow the curves. And fill in the blanks. Yeah, that's pretty good. I don't know if I'll be able to do this little bitty, but I'm going to try. It's kind of thicker. Don't know how that's going to work. Don't think I'll be able to get through all these little letters with it. But okay, let's get us some more paint on there. Make these little curves. I'm using the very tip of this angled brush to do these curves because it's so thick that it will make the lines too thick if I use it any other way. But if you have a detail brush, that would be so much better for this than what I'm doing. I just don't have one. I've got to order some. Used to have some. Careful in the curves. Alright, Life Won't Sparkle. Now to do our unless. I think I'm going to fill the unless in because I don't think it's going to work very good doing that small of a line. So a lesson to all of you. Do not give all of your stuff away, even if you don't use it for a year or so. It may come back to you. I am trying to leave a little hint of color in between them just to keep them separate. Definitely going to have to use another color in there in the middle to make these letters stand out right. But that's okay. This kind of is going to give them a nice shadow. Usually when I'm arting and crafting, I have a lot of music playing. I wish we could do that on YouTube, but I know there are only certain things you can play, and I like a lot of different kinds of music. I don't really stick with just one kind, so oh, it's so sad. And I can't put earbuds in to listen to music while I'm doing this and talk to y'all too, because I get lost in music and I would not even realize I hadn't spoke to you in like 30 minutes or something. So, okay, now let's, put it back in this glitter. Man. Okay, we're gonna work on the tip again. All right. Now I'm going to dry this and I'll come back and we'll figure out what to do on the inside of them. So give me just a second. Okay, we're back. And I think I've got that mostly dry. And so I would like to have white in the middle. Don't know if this pen from Dollar Tree is going to do it, but we're going to give it a shot. And see if it will actually write in there. And it's writing. It's just not real bold. Which I guess I can't complain for $1, right? I really want the unless to have it, so I'm still going to do unless, even though it's not the every other one I was trying to do. I need it to differentiate between the letters, so. And I skipped a spot because that's where it overlaps. And I'll put it on do. And I think I'm going to do polka dots on this one. I want something different. So we're just going to polka dot our way through it. It's got some sparkle in there. I used a little bit of that leftover glitter paint that I kept getting in my book in, and just put some on there. Let's try doing that to this over here too, so it looks a little cohesive. It's not perfect for white. I really need a better white, but maybe if it dries with this white, I'll be able to go over it again. Because it seems like it's gonna let me go over again and get a little brighter, bolder. I don't know. We'll leave it alone and let it dry. And yeah, guys, I think that's going to be our page for today. Let's trim off our little extras. So our book is nice and finished. I've got this over here too. So I'm going to turn it up and just trim that right off. And then we've got it on this side. I'm going to open that up and cut it off too. And that makes her fit just right in our book. So there we go, guys. Not too bad for our first little try at it. She turned out pretty good. I will have to work on that white pen though, because that's really bothering me, that white and black. I think if I get a Posca in a white and a black, it will really help. Posca, if you don't know, is a paint pen. You know what? I've got some fabric paint pens over here. Let me grab it and let's see what it will do. Did not think of this. Got tons of little paint pens. Xylon free paint marker. Okay. Okay. Yay, guys. Look how pretty and white it's going to be. Still think a Posca pen would be better, but it is much better than the one we had from the Dollar Tree. So if you can't get a Posca pen, just get some paint pens. Yay, that's going to look so much nicer. Do continuous lines if you're using this because it pulls on the ends of it. Like petals, not like pools, but petals. You know what? I think I want some black lines in her hair. I think that would look better. So we're going to do that too. I just thought we were almost done, y'all. It's hard. It's addictive not to keep going. Oh, yeah. Make sure you don't press too hard or your dots get too big. Well, this kind of takes over my black on this word, but we live and we learn, don't we? Okay, life won't sparkle unless you do. Let's see if we can put a little black on this around it. Help it stand out some. Okay, that's helping. Okay, let's do that to the sparkle word so it'll stand out a little bit more. This is what I do, guys. I just go back and forth until I get something that I think is okay. And if I don't like it, I can always gesso over it, right? That's what I keep telling myself now. Gesso is your friend. He is your friend all day long. I have clear gesso that I made, but honestly, I don't use it much. I really just use the white gesso and sometimes black gesso. But the clear is just not, I don't know, I just don't use it. So I don't know what you guys do, but that's just kind of me. I made it, but and what I do for black gesso, I just take my my white gesso and add a little bit of paint, but you really could do that with clear and it wouldn't dilute the color. So maybe that's what I need to do to use my clear, is just to use paint in the clear. Then maybe it would be better. Okay, let's see if we can do some lines in her hair. I know I want a line to come down through to her little curly Q things, her little tendrils. That one's kind of coming from behind, so that one. Yeah, I think I like that it gives it some definition in there. Leave that a little bumpy because it would be the actual bun. This definitely helps to outline this a little bit, give it some character. Before it didn't have as much character as I wanted, so I'm glad to try this. I'm not looking for perfection, just the thought of. Yeah. I'm going to outline her little eyelids, give them some definition. Okay, I think that helped her. I like it. I like it. I like it. Okay, guys. I hope you had fun on this one. I did. I enjoyed myself. So you guys give it a try and see what you can come up with. I'd love to be tagged in it. Oh, man. Look what I did. Oh, me and that paint. I'm going to have to find another spot to put my paint, aren't I? When I do this. Because I'm just making messes. Just making big messes. That's okay. It's just a junk book for me to junk around in, right? Okay, anyway, guys. I enjoyed it. Had fun making something. So I hope you guys give it a shot and tag me in it. I'd love to see it. You guys have a blessed day and a great week. Much love. Bye.